Hello, everyone. We're live with our honored guest today, Mae Yan. Am I saying your name right? Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for being here. Can you tell us a bit about yourself?
absolutely. Thank you for having me, Tony. So I'm May, and I am from Maryland, USA. However, I'm now joining from Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates. I recently moved here at the beginning of the year. And I am a breakup and relationship coach. I'm also a meditation teacher, facilitator, and I'm the founder of Subtle Asian Breakups, which is a Facebook group.
Love that. That's so cool. That's so cool that you're in where you are right now,
Yeah.
especially in these times. Yeah, and I guess could you share a bit of your journey as it relates to our group in your personal journey with self-love and acceptance?
Sure. Oh, wow. How do I keep that short?
No worries, we got
I guess what inspired me to become a relationship coach was because of my own journey with self-love and relationships. I went through a pretty devastating breakup about 2 years ago, and it really left me in a bad place. But it turned out to be an opportunity for me to figure out who I am, what I really care about, and really teach myself how to love myself from this place of unconditional love. And so I really accredit my work with a therapist and with a relationship coach to get to where I am today. And that's why I'm so happy to be able to do this work now and share it with others. Because I believe that the lessons that I learned on my own journey are not just unique to me, but that anyone can experience that transformation.
That's incredible. Thank you so much for sharing, and it's so great you want to pass that on to others. So, yeah, can you tell us about meditation? I'm sure we've all heard of it, but what are some things we might not know, myths
Yeah.
about it?
Yeah, so there might be a lot of people, that have a preconceived notion about meditation. And I actually started meditating probably over 10 years ago now. Funny story about that, and maybe this is what is a qualifier of me being part of the exceptions group. So I was telling Tony that I was in medical school at one point in my life, and I decided that I didn't really want to do that, that it didn't really resonate with me fully. Um, and it was because I left medical school. You can call that maybe like a quarter life crisis, that I was like, okay, so what am I supposed to do with my life now? And that's when I discovered meditation and Buddhism, because I was just like looking for a direction. Um, and as I gone deeper in my practice with meditation, and then I started facilitating and sharing with other people, other young people, and this was in the Washington D.C. area. So for about the past 10 years before I moved here to Abu Dhabi, that's what I was doing. And so now I've actually started to grow a community here. And when I mean here, I mean actually globally. So I host a meditation group every Monday now online for women. And yeah, so it's been really exciting to continue that journey with meditation. And I'm happy to be here today to just share it with our community, just so that people can get familiar with it and learn the power of meditation. There's just so much that meditation has given to me in my life, and it continues to be a gift for me. Like just discovering myself and getting underneath all the hidden narratives, the unconscious programming, and trying to unravel that. And I found that always to be very helpful to figure out who I am and what do I care about. And I think that's the broader message of our group, exceptions, right? Like, what do
Mhm.
we really, really care about, and how can we align with that in our day to day?
Mhm. Yes. So great. Thanks. Yeah, it's really aligned with our highest selves because I really do believe we have all of the answers inside of us. Like our heart deep down knows what we want. And meditation really helps clear all that clutter from up here so we can listen to our inner wisdom and our inner guidance. So I'm really bad at meditation, actually. So I I feel like every time I try to quiet my mind and sit still, like my thoughts just keep bouncing around. And I know that they say, oh, try to step out of it and just observe your thoughts and, don't try to suppress them, just let them pass, right? But
Right. Right. Because our mind naturally is curious and it's very good at telling stories. That's the nature of it. So we don't want to fight with that, but learn how to focus our attention and and have the quality of attention where we are non-judgmental towards ourselves, where we can
mhm,
be compassionate towards ourselves,
mhm,
and curious and try to get to the bottom of what our narratives are.
mhm.
And meditation may not be for everyone in the very traditional sense of sitting down on a cushion, sitting
Yeah.
there for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, hours.
Mhm.
Um, there's so many ways to incorporate the practice of mindfulness into our daily life, and that's what I hope to be able to bring to our group today. That just learning these skills of observing and paying attention to our mind, our body, hopefully that is what we take away from today,
Mhm.
as a way to be more in alignment with our heart.
Mhm. Yes, aligning mind, body, soul is everything. Art, so yes. Oh, yeah, I guess I did wanna say, right, as you said, non-traditional meditation. Think for me, I go into sort of this meditative state when I exercise. It's like the state of flow, right, where we lose track of time and we're focused on just one thing. So I feel like that's my way. It's a more active meditation, but that's what works for me, I think. Although I would love to still get better at just the traditional sitting and relaxing. It's like, it really re-energizes us.
Yeah, no,
Just
that's great that you found something for yourself that works for you. And that's going to be, different for everyone. So I encourage, it's that quality of being curious. Well, if
mhm,
meditation, sitting down on a cushion doesn't work for me, let's try other
mhm,
things,
mhm,
and that could be anything like, just going on a walk and observing what's in your natural environment. Or
mhm,
people, it might be making a meal, like cooking a nice meal,
mhm,
and exercise. There's just so many numerous ways to discover
mhm.
that.
Yeah. Awesome. So yeah, I'm really excited to have you take us through one. Oh, and I also wanted to let people know I attended May's not month, weekly Monday meditation yesterday. I loved it. You guys should all come. It's 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and for them, it's in Abu Dhabi. It's 6 to 7 p.m. Right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so my group is called Wake Up Abu Dhabi, although now the group has expanded to people all over the world. So really, it's Wake Up Women. So yeah, happy to share the information if anyone wants to join.
Love it. Oh, may I ask, like, why specifically women for that?
That's
Like,
a
why
good
not?
question. So I've facilitated groups with both men and women, but when I moved here, I was supposed to be hosting meditation at a yoga
Mhm,
studio that was only for women, and that's like more common in the Middle East, where there are
mhm,
certain exercise studios or yoga or Pilates studios where it's women only. And that's just because of the culture here. And so
mhm,
that's why originally it was a women's only group. But I think it's been really awesome. Like just I think it's the first time that I really just facilitated a women's only group. However,
mm.
if there's interest, I'm absolutely happy to do, a mixed gender group and make that available to our specific community here, exceptions.
Mhm. That'd be lovely. Yes, we are starting to have those health and wellness, events
Exactly. Yeah, I was
every
just
week. So, yeah, I'd love to have you on one of them. We have 2 to 4 slots depending on who's interested for each week. So, yeah,
that
love that, and they're open to everyone. Yeah.
okay,
So,
perfect. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm interested.
cool. Yeah. So, yeah, whenever you're ready, or however you want to proceed. Um,
Yeah, yeah. Let's jump into our meditation time then.
mhm,
So I invite you to get into a nice, comfortable sitting position wherever you are, and just allow yourself to have a nice, long spine. So having your back straight and Shoulders relaxed. Forehead, jaw, and neck relaxed. You can put your hands in your lap. You can have them facing up or palms down, whatever's more comfortable for you. And as far as your eyes, you can keep them completely open, half opened, or closed. Again, it's all about your comfort level. And then allowing your feet to be on the ground so you can have a nice stable position. And so I have a meditation bell here, so I'm going to invite 2 sounds of the bell to begin our meditation. And beforehand, I'll just say a little mantra. Body, speech, and mind in perfect oneness. I send my heart out along with the sound of the bell. May all who listen awaken from forgetfulness and transcend all anxiety and sorrow. Listen, listen. The sound of the bell brings me back to my true home. So allow this time to be about coming home to yourself, coming back home to the present moment. Coming home to your body and allowing the breath to be your anchor. And all that means is that you're bringing your attention gently to the inhale and exhale of your breath. And so, as we go along this meditation journey, you'll notice that your mind is wandering or your mental chatter is getting louder. And you might be taken out of the present moment, right? To either thoughts about the past or perhaps thoughts about the future. All of that is fine, it's normal. And so the practice today is to exercise that mental muscle of paying attention on purpose to your breathing. So whenever you get lost in thought again, and your attention goes away from the present moment and your breathing, what's going on right here and now, just see if you can bring your attention back to your center, back to this present moment experience. And you can do that by many different ways, right? You can use your senses to pay attention to your breath. So why don't we tune into how it feels to be breathing right now? Where do you feel your breath most prominently? Is it as it enters through your nostrils, at the tip of your nose? Is it in the back of your throat when you feel the air go down? Perhaps it's in your collarbone area, the rising and falling of your belly, or perhaps the expansion of your rib cage. Where do you feel the breath moving in your body? And just noticing it. And perhaps you might notice the very subtle sound of your breath, perhaps the noise that it makes in the back of your throat, or perhaps any noise you might make as you exhale more loudly on purpose. Again, just observing. And now see if you can tune into the way the breath feels as far as the coolness of it or the warmth of it as it enters your nostrils and exits through your nostrils or your mouth. Just noticing what that feels like. And I want you to just notice if your mind has drifted off, even if it's drifted off 10 or 50 or 100 times since we started this meditation, allow yourself to just bring it back to the present, tuning back into your breathing again. Meditation or mindfulness is simply the act of bringing your attention back to the present. So the more times that you're able to bring it back to the present, you can think of that as like a repetition, right? In exercising the mind muscle. And the more that you do these repetitions, the stronger that muscle is going to get, guaranteed. And again, we're not trying to erase or suppress thoughts. We're just trying to let them be, let them come and go as if they were clouds in the sky, right? We're just watching them pass, just like clouds, without needing to be chasing them or running away with them, taking us either into the past or the future, just coming back to right now. What's here right now? And perhaps it might be helpful to use a phrase or a mantra to bring you back to the present. And a simple mantra could be breathing in. I know I am breathing in. Breathing out. I know I am breathing out. In and out. Just the act of saying that simple phrase can help you come back. to the here and now. And you might be wondering, well, what is the point of being present, of being in the here and now? Well, I think we spend a lot of time in thoughts about the past or the future in such a way that it takes away from us being present for ourselves to really go deeper and pay attention to what's going on underneath it all. And if we're not present for ourselves, it becomes hard to take care of our needs because we simply just may not be addressing them because we're so distracted by what else is out there, or again, thoughts that take us away from what we need to do right now. We might think we need to be somewhere else, but in reality, we can only live in the present. And really, by taking care of the present, we take care of our future. Because the future is not yet here, and the past is no longer here. So all we have truly is the present. Breathing in, I become aware of my in breath all the way through. Breathing out, I become aware of my out breath all the way through. In and out. And in meditation, you can invite a quality that you would like to have into your sit or into your life. Getting quiet, see if you can ask yourself, what is it that I'm needing right now in this moment? Perhaps it's more compassion or loving kindness. Perhaps it's a sense of flexibility, patience, groundedness, or maybe clarity. So just tuning back into yourself, asking your heart, what is it that I need right now? Perhaps you can even put a hand over your heart or your belly to really see if you can sink into your body and what it's telling you. Give yourself a moment to identify what it is you need. And so now I invite you to see if you can cultivate that quality that you want to invite into your body. So just imagine if there was this white light above your head and it's coming down into your head and then flowing down into your body. That quality that you want to invite into your body, allowing it to go through you from head down to your shoulder, your neck, your heart, your belly, down into your hips, your legs, your feet, and out your toes. So, hopefully, right now you are embodying that quality that you've just invited into you. How does that make you feel now in your body? How does that maybe change your posture or the expression in your face? It doesn't have to be a big aha moment, but just a very subtle shift in your energy and the way you're carrying yourself as you're nourished by this quality. And notice how having this quality in yourself may be affecting your breath, your breathing, noticing how that changes the sensation of your breath or the quality of your breath. Perhaps your breathing is faster, or maybe it's slower. And notice how this quality may have affected your mind. What is the quality of your thoughts, or maybe the pace of your thoughts, your relationship to your thoughts? Just noticing how that might have changed or not. Again, becoming the skilled observer of your body and your mind. Breathing in, I have arrived. Breathing out, I am home. I am home in the here and the now. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do. but simply rest in the now. And perhaps finding joy or delight in this wonderful present moment and all that is available right now. Perhaps recognizing and remembering that everything we need, we already have. And perhaps inviting a sense of gratitude for being alive in this moment. The breath is a reminder that we are alive, really. And how wonderful it is that we can use our breath to so powerfully come back to the present. And our breath is here whenever we need it. And so I'd like to end this meditation with an ancient prayer that's been passed down from heart to heart. A prayer that we remain constant in our effort and to be clear in our path to come back home to ourselves so that we can love ourselves and in turn love others and serve others. I'll now invite the sound of the bell. I'll invite 3 sounds to end our meditation. So, dear friends, you can now gently open your eyes, become aware of your surroundings, your room. You can gently stretch out, readjust your posture or position, stretch yourself out. Grab any water if you need to. All right. How
Thank you so much, Ray. You have such a soothing, calm voice. It's perfect for
Thank you.
leading meditations.
Yeah, I'm curious to know, how was that for you?
Yeah, it was really good. I feel like I was able to keep my thoughts from being too chattery this time. Um, well, I guess middle halfway through, my computer kept making these notification noises. I didn't know how to turn them off, so I just muted
Oh,
myself so it wouldn't interfere with other.
oh,
Yeah. It was really relaxing. I slept a full night, but I think closing my eyes, I even got a little sleepy.
that's
Maybe that's a
happened
good sign
before,
though. I don't know.
and
So,
I guess it also depends on what state you're in before meditation. If you're like really highly stressed out, been running on adrenaline, then it might be a different experience than when maybe you just woke up or something. Uh, but yeah, I'm glad to
mhm.
hear that it went well for you. Um, I'm also
Thank you. I really loved the inviting a trait that you want to further cultivate
yeah.
and the visualization. And for me, it's confidence. In myself and my value and all that. It's been an ongoing process
Mm.
developing.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm glad that you were able to call upon that intention of confidence, and I'm curious to know, how did it feel in your body afterwards once you allowed that in?
Oh, yeah, I guess my body did perk up a bit more, just carrying myself, you know, back a little straighter, a little more energy, invigorated. So thank you. I really liked that. I'll have to remember to do that. I love the picturing the light because we're just all receiving divine energy into ourselves. We're an expression of God or the universe or whatever
Yeah.
force we believe in and express themselves through us.
Yeah. And I think, like, especially in this time of living in quarantine, like, I feel that I've been so disconnected from nature, and just doing visualizations like this can help me feel again connected to the rest of the earth and the world.
Mhm. And everyone, yeah, and all living beings. And
Exactly.
yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah, do you have nature near you where you're living then?
I do. So I live right across the street from a beach, so I can see the ocean. Actually,
Wow.
it's really,
Mhm.
really amazing. It's stunning here. It is very hot though in summertime, so it's not as easy to just go out walking.
Mm.
It's just so humid here. But I like to go walking, when it's closer to nighttime, because
Mhm.
when the sun's out, it's really crazy hot here.
Mm, I see. Yeah, you could always watch sunrises or sunsets too. Hopefully it's
Yeah,
cooler at those times.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
and the sky's so beautiful during those times too.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm curious what trait you invited today for yourself.
So actually, I was thinking about being more open-hearted with my partner.
Oh.
Um, yeah, I know it's funny because I wasn't really thinking about myself in the moment. I was like, what is it that my partner needs? Because we were having a conversation actually earlier before
Mhm.
this.
Oh, it's lovely. Thank you so much again. Do you
Yeah.
have any other last comments or thoughts or things you want to share?
Yeah, I'm actually curious. Has anyone else brought up any comments? Because I can't really see in the stream. Has anyone commented?
Yeah, so one person, I can't see who they are, and they
Oh,
just said, "Great guys, keep it up." I
okay, awesome.
don't
Okay,
think they're there. I can't see at least any questions or
okay.
anything. Yeah, if people comment later and they watch the replay and ask questions, please feel free. Yeah, and then you can
Yeah, I'm
respond.
happy to respond.
Yeah, we'll do this again. What are the, I guess, would you say the biggest myth about meditation that you want to like bust right here and now?
Yeah. Well, that's a great question. I think A lot of people think that it's just impossible to sit still.
Mhm.
Um, and, maybe it is hard to focus your attention, but you can always do some sort of mindfulness practice to get back to the present moment in a bite-sized chunk. And in
Mhm.
fact, like if you can just pay attention to one like physical sensation for like 10 seconds, that is enough to train your mind and to actually build the neural circuitry, which is basically the connections in your brain, so that
Mhm.
you can have more presence of mind, and not allow yourself to be hijacked by thoughts and stories and inner critic and all of that. So there's actually a lot of research behind this. And I actually just finished a coach training program focused on building what we call the sage mind and weakening our what we call the saboteur mind. So that could be a whole nother conversation that we get into. Because I know for some people they may not even see that there's any effect of this or believe in it, right?
Mhm.
So it's really cool to know that like there's neuroscience research out there that's backing this up, and showing the benefits of mindfulness in people's day-to-day life. Um, there's just so many studies out there. I could go on and on about the benefits of mindfulness. So if anyone is curious to know, please put some questions in the chat and I'm happy to answer them and help people just make meditation or mindfulness, I should say, make mindfulness more accessible to people. I mean, that's really what I'm about, having more presence of mind, being able to, really fight off those inner critics, the saboteur
Mhm.
mindset, and build these what I call superpowers of the mind, which is our ability to empathize with others, our ability to be creative and curious and innovate for ourselves
Mhm.
and others, and to be able to navigate and take action in alignment with our values and our heart. So mindfulness has the ability to cultivate all those superpowers, and that's what I want to share with the world, that it's all possible. It doesn't mean that you have to sit on a meditation cushion for hours and
Mhm.
hours on a day. No, not at all. There's many, many other ways to do it. This is just one of them.
Love it. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, that's really cool with the neuro. And I'm curious, like, do you know off the top of your head, like what centers light up more? I imagine the amygdala lights up more when it's the saboteur brain, or you could tell us later.
Yeah.
Let's really talk on this. Actually, I guess we're approaching.
Yeah. So I cannot remember exactly the names because there's so many different places, but basically, when you are able to do mindfulness practice, paying attention to something for 10 seconds
Mhm.
uh, on purpose, that is one repetition of building that neural circuitry in your mind that is associated with what we call these qualities of having a sage or wise mind. Um,
That.
and,
Yeah.
and, and actually imagining yourself doing those things, like being able to have a tough conversation with someone that you don't want to have a conversation with,
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
even being able to, have that conversation with yourself about, something that's been hard for you. Like if you can
Mhm.
actually imagine yourself doing those things, that's actually imprinting on your brain. It's strengthening those neural connections. So it makes it easier for your mind to really believe those things and be able to
Mhm.
play that out in real life. So it's really cool. Like I never really realized that, okay, there there was research behind, visualization, but there actually
Yeah.
is.
There is, yes, yes. I love that. It's like 10 seconds, it seems doable, bite size, anyone can do it, and that's how you can train your mind every day if that's all you do towards,
Exactly.
yeah, you wanna be. And I love, yeah, as you said, the superpower of the mind, we're only using a small percentage. We're not taught to
Exactly.
unlock our full powers. So,
Exactly. And that's exactly what the coach training program that I'm in has been
mhm,
telling us all along. It's like if we could actually harness the actual power of our mind, we would be just unstoppable. Unstoppable, loving, compassionate,
mhm.
wonderful. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, what's the name of that program? I'm just curious.
Yeah, yeah, it's called Positive Intelligence, and there's a book out called Positive Intelligence, and it's by a guy named Shazad Shamin, who is based at Stanford University. So he's done a lot of research with Stanford on this program that he created.
I love it. Yeah, if you could share it in the links, that'd be great, or the comments below. Oh, it looks like we got a bunch more comments.
Oh, awesome.
Someone asked, yeah, May, have you used binaural beats with maybe alpha or delta waves with a guided meditation?
I haven't done that. I've heard of it though.
Cool.
That's
Another
awesome.
one is in energy healing, we use twin heart meditation, and you should try it.
Mm, that's awesome. I've heard of all these things, but I've not yet tried them. So, that's the cool thing. Like, there's so many different modalities out there with meditation.
Mhm.
And like, every person that I encounter that's like, a healer or a coach or, they all have different experiences. And that's what's so cool. Like, it's
Mhm.
about finding the thing that's accessible to you and works for you. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's what I encourage people to do. Like if they think, oh, well, this type of meditation doesn't work, doesn't mean that all meditation doesn't work, right? Or it could be
Mhm.
a totally different thing. Maybe it's not meditation, but it's something else, like doing exercise
Yeah.
mindfully. Right?
Yeah, anything. Anything can be healing. It's just a matter of trying, right? As you said, try all these things until you find the right fit for you and the right
Yeah.
tools in your toolbox. So,
Right, right. It's out there. I think it's about people's willingness to try and to be open, curious, and not get caught up in what we call saboteur lies, right? So
yeah.
people think, oh, this is never going to work for me. I'm too X, Y, and Z, right?
Mhm.
If you allow the saboteur mind to tell you those lies, then that's
Mhm.
going to be your reality, right? Because you're never going to try anything.
Mhm.
So, working with those narratives, that's also part of mindfulness and the training that I was telling you about, positive intelligence.
Mhm. Lovely. Thank you so much again for your time today for this
Yeah.
wonderful session. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see you again soon, I'm sure. Thanks
I
for
would love
watching.
that. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Take care.